They told me that he looks like the best player out of the whole camp. 5th rounder.
And just throwing the ball, it's not close. Shedeur Sanders.
There is real reporting that, hey, Shedeur looks better. Rookie minicamp is coming to an end for NFL teams, and the biggest story has been some 5th-round pick named Shedeur Sanders, and more importantly, his battle between him and Gabriel. And I think what can be immediately everybody can agree is that both these quarterbacks just look good. I mean, Dillon Gabriel's out there looking like a left-handed Baker Mayfield. Y'all know what 2 do. I mean, 12. Y'all know what that boy 12 do, looking like a mini Brady out there. So lots of positive. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you've got to be in a good spot regardless, besides all the new fans that I don't think that y'all are too happy with. But more importantly, the thing that is getting people kind of at people's throats is who really won the quarterback battle. And nobody did. It doesn't matter. They're not in pads. They're not throwing against any veterans and stuff like that. You can't win in rookie minicamp, but both did good. But some people are saying Shedeur is sharper. Some people are saying Dillon Gabriel is sharper. So today, what we're gonna do is look at what the teammates think, because from the beginning of Shedeur getting there, NFL players and his teammates have had nothing but positive to say. He also helped get a wide receiver, a tryout / undrafted free agent guy. It seems like he might have helped him get on the team. Some deep bombs that he got through, and working with them after practice as well multiple times in rookie minicamp. And then, of course, we're going to go through the media because it's Monday, so everybody's reacting and giving their news dump. We got Cleveland media first. They're going to say Shedeur won. Some people are going to say Dillon Gabriel won. We got Acho and LaShawn. If we have time, of course, what they're going to have a similar thing to say. But I want to start right here. And as you can see, I mean, you got, the man Sampson. And by the way, great running back from Tennessee. You got all the different former players and current players, Jay Barker, Isaac Sampson. Like, these are all Browns players shouting out the guy that they said that he was going to be. I don't think that he was going to be a locker room cancer. I don't believe anyone said that particularly, but we all knew that Shedeur Sanders, his teammates have always said positive things about it. Like his former teammates, his Colorado teammates, and now his professional teammates have nothing but positive things to say. And before we get into who's QB1, I think more importantly, is QB1 creating opportunities for wide receivers?
All the undrafted free agents that the Browns signed took a flick with Shedeur Sanders. But let's talk about 87 right here. The first time we see these two link up, it's on a go ball and it's a But then it comes out that Shedeur stayed 20 minutes after practice with some receivers. Here's Shedeur walking off the field, and look who he's with. Well, that's former Texas A&M wide receiver Gabriel Barber. Last year, Barber had 381 yards, but the year before nearly had 1,000 yards. Bro was literally one off from 1,000. I'd be pissed, but this dude's a dog. Browns, you better sign this dude. Hit that follow button.
Wow. Okay. Like I was saying, you also, as you saw that one, you also had the Kent State wide receiver, Mr. Luke Floriea, 8'6", who we saw infamously from this phenomenal throw. I'm gonna act like I didn't say that, and I was, I had to edit out that I was muted the whole time. And obviously, the ball placement was elite, right? But we can all also say that the adjustment from this wide receiver was elite. Now, he does have an OVO owl tattoo. If you want to see, I want to make sure, because I was quite taken aback when I saw the OVO owl. But boom, there you go. That is an OVO owl. He is an OVO ovulator. Okay, so let's make sure that if you want to judge him on that, you can. But the kid can ball. I mean, absolute a dime from this inside slot fade. The great, what's it called? Not correction, right? Great body movement there. So now he's going to be able to battle it out in camp and hope that he can make the final 52-man roster. So shout out to him. Shout out to that other wide receiver as well, getting some slots. But going deeper in on Mr. Luke Floriea. So 24/7 players were invited to try out for the team over the weekend. One player who consistently made his presence known was Floriea. Floriea, who's 5'8", 175. Wow. Graduated from Mentor High School and played college football at Kent State. Growing up, I probably watched every Browns game for the last 20 years, so it was cool for the opportunity to put on the orange helmet. Two positions where the Browns need help are wide receiver and punt returner. Floriea can do both. He had 100 catches for 1321 yards and 12 tutters over 5 seasons at Kent State. Floriea also had 17 punt returns for 134 yards over the last 2 seasons. After an impressive weekend at minicamp, Floriea caught an eye of Kevin Stefanski. He knows what to do, gets open, catches the ball. He's done a nice job. Floriea had several highlight catches that were shared across social media. One was a touchdown from Shedeur Sanders, and one was a great sideline grab from Dillon Gabriel. Now Floriea will have an opportunity to compete for a roster. Do I have that Dillon Gabriel throw? Let me see. I might have it. Yeah, right here. So here is him, I believe. Okay, no, that's the dig. But yeah, Dillon Gabriel was looking good too. So I thought that was the one, but that's 81. I might not have that one. He's throwing another dig right there, and that's a pick from Dillon Gabriel. Yeah, so I don't have that one, but it was a nice little zip on the sideline there. Dillon Gabriel's got plenty of zip going on. But here what you came for, right? Y'all want to see the people get crowned. Here's what it says. Apparently a Browns reporter, this one says, it's not even close. Shedeur Sanders is QB1. That's not what I'm saying. That's what the people of Cleveland are saying, dog.
Stupid question because, it's limited. But did one of the two look better to you in what they were asked to do than the other?
In just throwing the ball, it's not close. Shedeur Sanders.
It's not close
not
either.
Close. No.
Wow, that's okay. Now that's news.
But let me couch that by saying this is rookie minicamp.
Sure.
Yeah, no pads, no full speed competition. Nobody coming to knock your head off.
It's telling. They're side by side, and they're not asked to do much, but they're both asked to do the same thing. And that one of them looked discernibly better than the other. I think that I didn't know that we would get that out of this minicamp.
We're standing here, Jay. They're on the field. They break the huddle from team stretch and team jog, and they go both pick up the ball and throw it. It's no question.
Wow, I think that's telling.
I have to say, as a Sanders guy, as a Deion Sanders guy, as someone who watched a lot of those exciting college, y'all gonna stop lying and say I didn't stay up to 3 a.m. watching some of them dope Colorado games. As someone who has watched some exciting Colorado games, I definitely thought that Shedeur is most likely the more talented than Dillon Gabriel. But does that always translate in the NFL? Not always, but it's great to see that other people are saying, oh no, it wasn't just, he's a little better. Nah, he was whooping these, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, hey, if you are Team Sanders, do feel good there. But again, there's people who are on multiple sides. So let's go deeper into it because he not everyone has Sanders now.
Likes this guy. One group likes this guy. Grossie's forced to rooting for a 5'10" quarterback. You know this is on Andrew Berry. You draft Shedeur after you drafted a quarterback in the 3rd round. You created this. You're just making picks like you're in a fantasy football thing. You're not putting a team together. 4 quarterbacks and everybody. There's the Flacco camp. There's the Pickett camp. There's the Sanders camp. There's the Dillon Gabriel now is a sympathetic figure. You created this when you brought this quarterback room to Berea.
It's a circus, and half the guys haven't even shown up yet.
I'm sorry. I want to take a second. I want to take a step back from the Shedeur Sanders conversation really quick if I could. And just say, as a football fan who has witnessed what the Browns have done, they consistently just find ways to have, like you said, a circus. Shedeur Sanders was not a circus. He is not a circus. Now, when you draft 2 quarterbacks, when you already had 3 on the roster, and one of them is infamous for a giant actual masseuse issue, right? Like, why? Like, for as much as people say, oh, well, Shedeur is going to bring all these problems, the Browns found a way to take the Shedeur Sanders quote-unquote problem and make it worse. If you only draft just Shedeur, maybe in the 5th round, okay, cool. Maybe people can have a conversation about him following, but you only have 1 quarterback at rookie minicamp, and more importantly, you don't have another one that gets to have the quote-unquote shine taken away. I know you're worried about that for the backup. Y'all haven't, like they said, y'all haven't even got to the rest of the quarterbacks, and it's already a problem. And y'all have found the best way as a Browns organization to make a situation worse. It's phenomenal. It's really great, and I think we need to start patting Browns as a whole on their back for allowing great things to happen. So if we're going to give a slight edge, here's another person saying, this is a different Browns radio saying that Shedeur's the guy. Here it is.
Did Shedeur Sanders impress you more than Dillon Gabriel, or did both just look like rookies who have showed up to go through a rookie minicamp?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody had a significant edge. I like Sanders coming out of the draft more than I like Gabriel. That didn't change over these two practices they got to watch. He's bigger. I think he throws it plenty well enough. Gabriel throws a tighter spiral more consistently, I would say, than Sanders does. On some of those shorter passes, I was maybe shorter and intermediate, but mostly shorter passes. Sanders can throw some wobblers, and you saw it at the Colorado Pro Day. Just watching on TV, you could see that. But he also threw some really good deep balls that he throws with enough zip on some of those intermediate passes. So I thought Sanders threw it well enough. I thought Gabriel threw it well enough. If I were going to give it a slight edge, I'd probably go Sanders.
And again, these are people who are there on the field. And it's going to be two things, because first thing, y'all got so mad at me in the comments when I said that Shedeur Sanders sometimes has inconsistent velocity. Oh, you mean catchable balls are bad? Nope, never said any of that. I just said he had a velocity consistency. And don't even say issue. He was just inconsistent with his velocity. Just like that was just corroborated. Dillon Gabriel, which please go watch his throws. It's a constant smooth throw every single time. It's that tight spiral. Now, is that better? Does that mean he doesn't have enough zip to throw over the intermediate? No. I think Shedeur throws the ball, to some of my commenter's point. I think he throws the ball that he thinks is best for the thing. So you say, oh, it's a wobbler. Do they complete? Do they get to the spot? Right? I think that Shedeur's mindset when I watch him throw is more about getting it there. Whereas Dillon Gabriel also is worried about that, but the whip that he has is really good. But don't get it twisted. Shedeur's arm whip in generation is really good. But I think the way he utilizes it is in a different way, right? He's prioritizing more so placement over everything. I don't care if I have a duck out there. It's going to be placement over everything. But more importantly, again, these are you would have to assume pretty unbiased. These are Cleveland Browns people, guys. I don't know how many more unbiased, how much more doomerish quarterback that you have to get. And they're saying, hey, both guys look good. And again, both quarterbacks look good. I think we already reviewed this deep pass, but I want to talk about it because a lot of people were saying, first that he would be sacked, which that could be fair. That's probably a strip sack. But then people were trying to say that this is an underthrow, which I guess you could say. But guess what it was over? Guess what? It was over the defender. So we can say, hey, you would probably like it to be a little bit more in front of him. But do these defenders have a chance to catch this ball? Would be my next question, right? And that's what I mean by his mindset is get it to the guy, right? Can we get it there, right? And I think he does a good job of that. I think he has plenty of arm talent to deliver the goods. And that is Mr. 84. Hold up. Is that Mr. 84? And this is his picture again with all the undrafted. Is this Mr. Oh no. Okay, so this is the main man down here. Where's he at? This guy that we were talking about. He was talking about that deep bomb. So not only this deep bomb over the top, boom, right here. Oh no, this is 87. So this is another guy. Oh, I'm sorry, not 86. This is 84. So this is a different guy. My fault. So is he in this picture? There's 86. So that's that guy. 87, that's the one right beside him. And then 84, is that not 84? Who caught this ball? Yeah, 84. Where's 84? Okay, well, I don't know who that kid is, but he's good too. All right, and of course, plenty of teammates going and supporting. And then this is the guy 87 that we were talking about that he was staying after the ball with. And then going deeper into it, we got to talk about some people who have Dillon Gabriel side. So let's hear it.
People are accusing you of bias reporting
so
against
sick of that
Shedeur because
already.
you didn't want him here. Okay, just go ahead and explain yourself.
Okay, anytime I said something good about Gabriel, I'm a Sanders hater. If I said something good about Sanders, I'm like, oh, you're in Deion's pocket. I mean, you cannot win in this situation if I'm out there. So the numbers at least help support something, okay? And now somebody else had other numbers. Come on, give me a break. Come on. I've been doing this 40 years. I know how to count. The 7-on-7 drills are 8 reps, okay? They throw passes on every one of the reps. They don't hand off in 7-on-7s. So 8 and 8 is 16. Someone else's numbers had 13 attempts. Another one had 14 attempts. There are 16 passes thrown in those two 7-on-7s. That's why I took a picture of my charts to add to my story.
So that is Grossi, and he's been, a lot of the people around Cleveland Browns, and I would say more importantly, the Sanders guys, the people who are supporting Sanders as well as being a Browns fan. They weren't too happy about the way that he's been reporting and saying some things. I think he's been decently fair, and I did see those numbers. I don't want to go deeper into that, but again, I'm happy that I played that because I want it to be known that no matter what side you're on, which you shouldn't be on a side, you should just want both of these legendary collegiate football players to find success in the league. At least that's what I think. You should feel. You know what I'm saying? It's just so interesting that it doesn't matter, right? You can if I am, and I've seen this in my conversation too. If I do a slight critique of Shedeur Sanders, oh well, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know ball XYZ, which is fine. I mean, I'm literally just a dude with a giant forehead in the corner of a screen. You don't have to watch these videos, dog. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm Stephen A. Smith. So sure. And then or if I am, too pro Shedeur Sanders, which this is crazy because again, y'all just don't watch my videos. Y'all only watch my Shedeur Sanders videos because I make other videos. I talk about my guy Quinn. I talk about plenty of college football stuff, and you say that you're biased and you're a Colorado fan. It was like, okay, well then you don't watch my videos, and that's fine. But again, there's so much chart. You know what this reminds me of, and I don't know, this might go a little left for y'all, but the Drake and Kendrick beef. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's where now. If you're a Drake person, you have to be here, and if you're a Kendrick, you have to hate Drake. Like it's like, dog. Like we can just watch football, but that's what gets the people going. It's what gets the numbers going, and it's really got people excited, specifically the media. We're going to end it here with what LaShawn McCoy and how he feels about the
game
situation.
1, right? I think he's a rookie. He's going to take some time. But he's going to start, and he's going to start early this year. I don't think the Browns will be competitive this year. I really don't. The other thing is, I got my sources. I don't know what y'all got. I got my sources.
Shady sources.
And they told me, right? And I know you guys, well, some of y'all don't think that minicamp is that important, but they told me that he looks like the best player out of the whole camp. 5th rounder, right?
Yeah.
And I was always taught, I don't care if it's mini camp,
facts,
real camp,
great storm,
fake camp, high camp, low camp, Boy Scout camp. Be the best at everything you do. That's how I was raised. 100%. And if you look at Shedeur Sanders, his mindset ain't to be in no backup role with these dudes. He's in there to start. He looks way more focused. Yeah. But even the focus part, he looks like himself though. And the thing is, ain't nothing changed about Shedeur. Just that you really can't see the change in the interview because he's playing football right now. That's the only difference is he's the same dude. All his teammates always say he's a great teammate. If you look at the reports of his players in camp, they saying the same thing about him. Yeah. And the biggest part why he will start early this year is because you in a room full of dudes that would struggle to start on any other team. Imagine having Joe Flacco as your starting quarterback. Where y'all going? What y'all doing? Who happy about that? Okay? Kenny Pickett. I love Kenny Pickett. But in his years, he's been struggling. I mean, that's just what it is. He had a game or two with the Eagles that did well. Other he's just struggling. They said right now today, Dillon and him, they in the same class. Yeah. Right? And then when a real camp start, I got Shedeur starting over him. That's how bad it looks like that in minicamp right now. So when you ask me who's going to start, it's like, yeah, he's going to start. Maybe not week 1, but you going against guys that's not really starters. Yeah. So now my question to y'all is, if it's a room full of backups, who's going to be the starter?
Mm-hmm. Choose the baller.
Come on now. Let's stop playing around with this thing.
And now usually I say Shady can be a little bit hyperbolic and he can jump up and down a little bit too much. But I gotta be like, I'm not mad at that, right? I'm not mad at his thought process. And again, there is real reporting that has said that, hey, Shedeur looks better. But I'm gonna continue to shout out Dillon Gabriel because again, he didn't ask for the situation. None of that sympathy stuff. We're not gonna make Dillon Gabriel a martyr or anything. He's gonna be okay. I think he's gonna be all right, but I think Shedeur definitely has a presence about him, right? He's a natural leader, and he's been doing this in a lot of ways. And I think what people are starting to see as well is like, oh wait, he's very coachable because he grew up with an NFL father. Like I think everyone somehow they all assume that he can't be coached and he's so entitled and he won't be able to do it when he's on the field right now and he's absorbing information, he's doing it, he's putting his head down. It's like, do y'all know any coaches' sons, or y'all just trying to make the Sanders feel bad. I don't know how to feel about it, man. But y'all let me know who you think is going to win, who you think is going to be starting by week 3. Started by week 3. Comment it down below. Like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes. Hit that bell icon to don't miss anything. You know you're great. Continue to be great. And we'll see you next time.